You're looking live at White Bear Lake Area High School. We are just about to kick off week 3 of high school football. I'm Mike Peden, all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. The White Bear Lake Area Bears hosting the Mounds View Mustangs. Both teams at 1-1. We'll see who gets back above 500. White Bear Lake squibs it. We're going to get names and numbers as we move along. Eric Fenning-Wint picks up the kick, and he will bring it out to the 28-yard line. So the Mounds View Mustangs will start this game on offense and begin their first series at the 28.
First and 10, Mounds View, 28-yard line.
Mounds View and White Bear Lake, as far as this matchup goes, I don't know what to tell you, and that's not because we didn't do our research, but the results have been all over the place. Mounds View started the season with a 31-10 victory over Totino Grace, and then they got shut up by Osseo 41-0. White Bear Lake lost a close one to Blaine, 23-21 in the first week of the season, and then shut out Roseville 27-0. First and 10 for the Mustangs. They're wearing the white, White Bear Lake wearing the black. Dylan Wheeler in motion. Deep pass, and the first play from scrimmage is going to be a big one for Mounds View, and number 82, Tyler Nystrom, as he goes down to the 27-yard line. A big gain for the Mustangs on the very first play from scrimmage. Roughly a 45-yard gain. There's another look. Simple go route there. Owen Warwick finding Tyler Nystrom, and Mounds View with the first big play. They're not waiting to get settled in. They went on the offensive early. First and 10 from the 27-yard line. Nystrom with the screen this time to Dylan Wheeler. Wheeler looking for some blocking help. And Wheeler will get past the 25-yard line before he's brought down by number 55, Devin Madden. Roughly a 3-yard gain, so it will be 2nd and 7 for Mounds View. You could not ask for better weather tonight. Temperature in the upper 60s, the dew point under 40 degrees, so once the sun sets, it's going to get really cool really quick. 2nd and 7. Trips right, single back, and one receiver to the left for Mounds View. Owen Warwick appears to be making a couple of changes on the signal. Another screen to Wheeler, and that's bobbled and will be ruled incomplete. That was a forward pass. 3rd and 7 coming up. If Mounds View doesn't convert, they might go for it on 4th down, because you'd be looking at a 41-yard field goal, and we have a stoppage in play to reposition the football. Since it was incomplete, we reset to wherever the ball was previously spotted, and that was the left hash mark. And that 3rd down play goes nowhere. Owen Warwick scrambled to the right, and looks like there was miscommunication on the route. He was outside the pocket, so no intentional grounding, but there was nobody in the vicinity. Let's see what Mounds View opts for here. They're going to go for the field goal. Here's another look. Warwick under pressure, and saw a whole lot of empty space, whole lot of void there. Mounds View is going to attempt a field goal 41 yards from the left hash mark. Number 33, Ben Samuel. With the kick, it's up, and it is no good. White Bear Lake will take over, and after that 45-yard pass from Warwick to Tyler Nystrom, the Mustangs stall just outside the red zone. White Bear Lake will start their first series. Data limited, but Anthony Lewis Royal and Matt Sloan were named Players of the Week. Lewis Royal averaging 5 yards per carry, 7 rushing touchdowns. Sloan averaging 7.7 yards, so keep an eye out for those two in the running game. There's Lewis Royal. He gets the carry on first down and will push his way forward to the 24-yard line.
Number 3, Anthony Lewis Royal.
Gain of about 3.
4-yard gain.
2nd and 6, so a gain of 4. The quarterback for the Bears, Connor Garrell. Handoff to Lewis Royal, and he runs forward, picking up another chunk of yards. Easy stop at the 29-yard line, and White Bear Lake will be happy with that.
3rd and 1.
5-yard gain on the play for Anthony Lewis Royal, and if he's picking up chunks of 4 and 5, that will move the ball downfield. 3rd and 1. Wouldn't be surprised if the Bears hand the ball off to the 5'9", 225-pound running back. Lewis Royal may not be the tallest running back out there, but he's got some size to him. Mounds View made a quick adjustment, and White Bear Lake appears to have jumped. False start is the call, so that turns a 3rd and 1 into 3rd and 6 after the 5-yard penalty.
False start penalty to White Bear Lake. 5-yard penalty.
We'd like to welcome all of you watching this live on SCC and those of you tuning in on 9 North. 9 North in Mounds View territory, or I should say the other way around, and of course White Bear Lake, a staple of SCC sports coverage. Third and 6 after the false start penalty, and that could force Garrell into a passing play. Let's see. Looks to his left. It is going to be a throw. The pass is caught by number 1, Alex Lockwood, and he gets to the 35-yard line to convert the first down.
Pass complete to number 1.
An 11-yard gain, so the false start penalty inconsequential. White Bear Lake picks up a fresh set of downs as you get another look at Lockwood's 11-yard catch. Lockwood, the 6'2", 175-pound senior. And now they go back to the ground game. This time it's Matt Sloan who will pick up 4 yards as he runs out to the 39-yard line.
Get a 4 yard, 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 coming up for White Bear Lake. As we noted a few minutes ago, the Bears have a 2-man tandem when it comes to the ground game, Lewis Royal and Sloan. Lewis Royal, the primary running back, but Sloan listed as linebacker, but he can move the ball just as effectively. This time it's number 19 with the carry, Rayshawn Breaks, and he picks up a couple more yards.
Rayshawn Breaks.
Breaks coming into this game, 9 carries for 66 yards, 7.3. This is a run-heavy oriented offense, at least the first 2 weeks of the season. Lockwood going back in place of Breaks for this 3rd and 4 play. White Bear Lake converted a prior 3rd down, trying to take advantage of a Mounds View missed field goal. Garrell looking left, and the pass is underthrown. Lockwood, the intended receiver, was hoping to hook up and see if Lockwood could turn the corner on the one-on-one coverage, but instead White Bear Lake will have to punt it, as they are staring at 4th down in their own territory. Or will they? They're lining up as if they're going for it. see what happens. The Bears change formation. And a flag flies. False start is the call. White Bear Lake might have been trying to draw Mounds View off sides there. If they had, it would have been first down, but instead,
still fourth down.
Another false start penalty. That pushes them back 5 yards. Ryan Bartlett perhaps hoping to spring a trick play of sorts on Mounds View, but the Mustangs didn't bite. But they're still lining up. Although we did see Garrell do that quick drop and a punt, and that's exactly what he does. And nobody will return it from Mounds View. Fielded by Vittel Henderson. Good punt by Garrell. Henderson gets Mounds View behind the 20, so that's going to be interesting since the quarterback is also the punter. Mounds View will start their next series. There's a look at your weather conditions. 66 sunny, light winds. We had some nasty thunderstorms move through overnight. And as we noted before, the temperature will get cooler as we transition into night. The dew point under 40 degrees. So I hope some of you brought your jackets or hoodies because it's going to get chilly before we're through. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Mounds View looking for the deep play once again. And the pass is underthrown. Owen Warwick, I believe, was looking for Hunter Rask. Instead, it's 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Data limited for Mounds View, based on what we could find, so we're learning about them just as much as you are. Aaron Moberg, the head coach for the Mustangs. Ryan Bartlett, the head coach for the Bears. 2nd and 10, still in the first quarter. A screen pass to Tyler Nystrom. Nystrom breaks the first tackle and breaks a couple more as he picks up the first down at the 29-yard line, so a 10-yard gain, and that will move the chains.
First down.
We've got some orange in the Mounds View student section. Orange and I think some camo out there. Well, probably making a bear hunting reference. Wark getting the signal from the coaching staff. 1st and 10 from the 29. Wark, 3-step drop, another deep play for Nystrom. Wheeler, I should say Rask makes the catch, and he is going all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. One-on-one coverage, Rask got by his defender and cashes in on a 71-yard touchdown throw from Owen Wark. We noted we didn't exactly know what to expect with these two teams trading wins and losses, and in Mounds View's case, a blowout win and a blowout loss, but they're not afraid to go after the big plays. You get another look. Rask catching the ball against Alex Vang and then pushed him off, and nothing was going to stop him en route to the end zone. The extra point is good. With 5:17 left in the first quarter, Mounds View takes a 7-0 lead over White Bear Lake.
Score now reads Mounds View 7, White Bear Lake 0.
Hunter Rask, the 175-pound 6'2" senior. And that will fire up the Mounds View fans. The Mustangs had missed a field goal. White Bear Lake stalled on the subsequent drive, and even though they put in a good punt, Mounds View responded with an explosive play. These two teams met back in 2019. Mounds View knocked off White Bear Lake in that one 17-7. Cole Stenstrom was the quarterback. In that time, he went 9 of 21 for 132 yards and a touchdown. Brian Tebbett ran the ball 22 times for 108 yards. Last year, these two teams did not meet. We had the shortened schedule and ultimately a cancellation on the season due to the pandemic. So far, we haven't had to make any adjustments, but coaches across the sports spectrum have said be prepared to pivot. Be prepared to pivot. White Bear Lake on the kickoff return here. That's number 21, Chris Heim. And Heim will get the ball to roughly the 25-yard line. So we'll see how White Bear Lake can respond to this. Another change since the last time these two teams met. A rearrangement or realignment in conferences. Both White Bear Lake and Mounds View were in the Metro East. They have since been relocated to the Metro Maroon North. First and 10 for White Bear Lake. Let's see what Garrell can do. Lewis Royal on the carry. He picks up a yard or two.
Run by number 3, Anthony Lewis Royal. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 following the 2-yard gain. Looking ahead at the two schedules, White Bear Lake and Mounds View, you could argue that the Mustangs may have the tougher out. They have a couple of top 10 teams in 6A to end the regular season. That is based on the most recent poll. 2nd and 8. Lewis Royal again on the carry. They'll push the pile forward for 3 more yards. That will make it 3rd and 5, but White Bear Lake's going to need to pick up a few more yards here if they want to get a fresh set of downs.
3rd down and 4.
But they are content to see if Lewis Royal can penetrate that defensive line of Mounds View. 3rd and 4, so a gain of 4 on that last play. White Bear Lake has to get the ball to about the 35-yard line. Lewis Royal lined up next to Garrell and found a hole, but it closed up quickly. And this will be interesting for White Bear Lake. It's going to be 4th and short. A gain of 3, so you're looking at 4th and 1. Garrell is also the punter, so White Bear Lake might try to draw Mounds View offside. And they might punt it away here. Still early, we're only in the first quarter, but a key decision perhaps. For the moment, they're lining up as if they're going for it. They are going to go for it. Lewis Royal. And based on where the official spotted him, Lewis Royal picked up enough for the first down.
Lewis Royal, and that's good enough for a White Bear Lake.
Ryan Bartlett takes a chance, and it pays off in White Bear Lake's favor. They get a fresh set of downs at about the 35-yard line, which is where they needed to go. So Lewis Royal got them just enough on the ground. Play action, Garrell avoids pressure, hit as he threw, and the pass falls incomplete. Vittel Henderson, the intended receiver, but the offensive line broke down, couldn't give Garrell enough protection on that play. 2nd and 10 coming up. .2:16 left in the first quarter. Mounds View leads 7-0 in this battle of Metro Maroon North schools. Garrell lined up in the pistol, 3-step drop, looks to his right, looking for Henderson again, and the pass is overthrown this time. So 3rd and long coming up for White Bear Lake.
Incomplete. 3rd down.
With 2:12 remaining in the first quarter. White Bear Lake struggling a little bit in the passing game. Key 3rd down here. I imagine they'll throw. Garrell looking to do so, goes to his left, and the pass drops incomplete. On the coverage, Eric Fenning went. Alex Lockwood, the intended receiver, and the White Bear Lake offense stalls again. They'll have to punt now. Wally Venter, the enlisted kicker on the White Bear Lake roster, will punt it away.
Number 4, Aaron Wheeler, number 82.
Wheeler and Nystrom ready to receive. Low snap, punt just got off before the block came, and a fair catch is signaled by Wheeler. So Mounds View will start their next series at the 34-yard line, and as we have seen in the first 2 series from Mounds View, they are not afraid to take chances on big plays. They had a 45-yard pass on the first play from scrimmage, and their most recent series concluded with a 71-yard touchdown reception for Hunter Rask. Here's a look at the Metro Maroon North standings. White Bear Lake, Anoka, and Osseo have victories. Stillwater playing their first conference game, or district, however you group it. Their first group game, however you slice it, against Roseville. And Mounds View looking for their first win. They're off to a good start there. Forest Lake also looking for their first win. Meanwhile, White Bear Lake comes in and the defense picks up a sack. Chris Hine brings down Owen Wark for a loss of 6.
Second down and 16.
2nd and 16. That complicates things a little bit for the Mustangs after Wark was hit behind the line of scrimmage. Wark with the screen pass to Nystrom. Nystrom shook off one tackle and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so it will be 3rd and a long 9. Or 10 for Mounds View. Should have time to get one more play in before the end of the period. 35 seconds. This could be the last play, depending on what happens. Wark hands it off to Antoine Vaz. Vaz with plenty of room on the right side. He will run out of bounds. A huge 3rd down conversion for the Mustangs. They spot him at the 40-yard line. A gain of 25 yards for the 5'7" senior, Antoine Vaz. So Mounds View,
Mounds View, the White Bear Lake 40-yard.
after going deep a couple of times, they pull a little running play on White Bear Lake on 3rd down. And they get a fresh set of downs. Here's another look as the Mustangs line up for 1st and 10. Vaz has found a hole. White Bear Lake jumped the line.
Flag on the play.
Or did Mounds View move? Let's see. White Bear Lake move first, so offsides is the call. That gives Mounds View a free 5 yards, bringing them to the 35-yard line. A double whammy of sorts for White Bear Lake, giving up a 3rd down conversion, and now giving Mounds View a free 5 yards on the offsides call. 21.1 on the clock. Wark, 3-step drop, going deep once again. The pass is complete. The deep game paying deep dividends for the Mustangs. Tyler Nystrom gets Mounds View into the red zone for the first time, and that will be the last play of the first quarter most likely. A 27-yard gain to Nystrom, and Mounds View content to let the clock run out, but they are in scoring range. They will have 1st and goal when we begin the second quarter. You're watching high school football on SEC.
When we walk, when we reach, when we play, we're moving through life. But an estimated 80% of Americans aren't getting their recommended daily amount of physical activity. It's time to move and keep moving, America. And when you need help, physical therapists and physical therapist assistants are by your side. Because we are meant to climb, to dance, to soar, to thrive. Choose to move. Choose physical therapy.
Mounds View with 1st and goal to start the second quarter, as they look to take a 2-possession lead over White Bear Lake. Live high school football coverage on SCC Sports. Mike Peden with you. It's Harvest Bowl night for White Bear Lake, so spectators got in for free if they brought in 3 canned goods, which will go to the White Bear Lake Emergency Food Shelter. Mounds View hoping to shelter another touchdown if they can help it. They have 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Vaz to the right of Wark. Vaz looking left. The pass is caught. Dylan Wheeler hauled in the catch. Remember, in high school, you only need 1 foot in bounds. It was tough to tell from here. And that is a Mounds View touchdown. They converted a key 3rd down after Wark was sacked. And the passing game is helping Mounds View pile up points. Wark to Wheeler for an 8-yard touchdown pass. And a little bit of miscommunication on the PAT. But now that we're ready to go. And Mounds View will have to burn one of their timeouts.
Timeout, Mounds View. They're first.
Not what Aaron Mulberg was looking for, I imagine. Even though Mounds View is up by 2 possessions, you don't like to burn a timeout on a special teams play on the PAT, but there was some confusion about assignments, so wanted to get that squared away. So Wark with 2 touchdown throws. And Mounds View, outside of that first drive with the missed field goal, they've looked sharp. And Samuel ready for the PAT. That one through the uprights, 11:56 to go in the second, and after a dramatic pause, Mounds View takes a 14-0 lead over White Bear Lake. Warwick did throw for 2 touchdowns in the win over Totino Grace in week 1 of the season. There's Aaron Moberg, the head coach for Mounds View. Outside of that communication issue on the point after, and that last 2 wins, I have to imagine he's pleased with the performance of Mounds View thus far. Had the chance to see them a couple of years ago when the Mustangs beat the Woodbury Royals. Now we're ready for the kickoff. Samuel to do the honors. Back to receive for the Bears, Rapes and Henderson. A short kick, this one fielded by Breaks. Looking for a hole. Breaks to the 30, we have a flag. Block or a hold, and that's usually what happens when there's a flag on a special teams return, but we'll check the marker as always. While we do, you can follow us anytime for programming information on social media, Suburban Community Channels on Facebook, and SCC TV on Twitter and Instagram. Well, it was a penalty on White Bear Lake, but it was for a face mask. Here's the replay. I don't know if we'll see the face mask call, but that's a 15-yard penalty, so that's going to put White Bear Lake deep in their own territory to start their next series, and they've had trouble moving the ball in the early going. Not what they're looking for. Following a win over Roseville.
Oh, we placed on the 15-yard line. First and 10.
So that puts the ball at the 13-yard line, because it's 15 yards or half the distance from the spot of the foul. This could spell trouble for the Bears, who have yet to get into opposing territory. Screen pass to Henderson, and that play goes nowhere. Henderson met as soon as he caught it, minimal gain.
That's completed to number 14, Mattel Henderson. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Second and 9, the official down in distance. Darrell with a handoff to Lewis Royal. Anthony Lewis Royal has picked up small chunks of yardage here and there, but can't get past the pile, can't push the pile forward. Gain of 2, so it's 3rd and 7. Anthony Lewis Royal having a difficult time establishing the ground game for White Bear Lake. He showed some promise on the first couple of drives, first couple of plays that is, for the Bears, but that's been held in check since. 3rd and 7 from the 17, White Bear Lake. If they don't convert, Mounds View will get a short field most likely. And that is a crucial 3rd down conversion as Garrell finds Lockwood at the 29-yard line, a gain of 12. Found Lockwood on the slant, and the 6'2" senior held on for dear life. Here's another look. And that takes some poise and bravado. Running the route, making the catch, knowing that coverage is on its way. Sam Heinrichs with the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 28. And that play nets a yard. Rayshawn breaks with the carry. 2nd and 9 for White Bear Lake.
2nd down and 9.
As we noted, White Bear Lake has yet to enter opposing territory. They've had some conversions on 3rd and 4th down, but have yet to cross midfield on offense. Carroll drops back. Pocket holds up. He's going deep. The pass through the fingertips of Rayshawn Breaks. That could have been 6. Instead, it's 3rd and 9. Breaks broke his coverage. He was wide open. That's a tough break for White Bear Lake. Here's another look. Garrell, good protection in the pocket. He had Breaks, and that pass was right on the money, maybe a little high, but certainly catchable for Breaks. Just couldn't hold on to it. That happens sometimes in the sport of football. It's unfortunate when it does. That could have been the home run play, the big play that White Bear Lake was looking for. Instead, they have another 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 from the 30. They got to get past the 39 to move the chains. Garrell going short this time. The pass once again through the fingertips of Alex Lockwood, and a couple of passing errors on the part of White Bear Lake will send the punting unit out.
Brings up 4th down.
And Mounds View should get solid field position out of this. Nystrom and Wheeler ready to receive the punt.
On the punt for the Bears.
As Wally Venter lines up again. High snap, Venter gets it off. This is a short punt. Mounds View will not return it. White Bear Lake will down it at the 43-yard line. So Mounds View with great field position to start their next series. Their last 2 drives resulted in touchdowns, and we've seen them willing to incorporate those big plays. They've made a few deep throws already, including that 71-yard strike. 45, 71, 25, Mounds View, they don't play methodically when it comes to the passing game, at least not in the early going. And the Mustangs looking to take a commanding lead if they could score again. They lead 14-0. 8:45 left in the 2nd quarter. 3 receivers to the left for Owen Warwick. And he might have gotten White Bear Lake in the hard count. He was pointing at them when the line jumped. And Mounds View picks up another free 5 yards.
1st down and 5.
So Mounds View catching White Bear Lake on that jump. And this has got to be a frustrating exhibition thus far for White Bear Lake and company. Four receivers, 1 back for the Mustangs. It's Vaz, and that play goes nowhere. Vaz met behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 5. Nick Asper wasn't fooled in the slightest.
Nick Asper.
Nick Asper, the 6'2" junior.
5-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 10.
And here's another look. He just ran through his gap. And I would be excited too if I ran through the gap and got a chance to take out the running back. Not literally, of course. 2nd and 10, following the 5-yard loss. Wark under pressure. The pass is caught, but no gain on the play. Dylan Wheeler made the catch, but the pass was underthrown, with White Bear Lake bringing the pressure. Michael Delaney on the tackle, and White Bear Lake, their defense is finding lanes to penetrate. As you see there, nobody was covering the end. He had a free shot at the quarterback, and Wark had no time to set up that play for Mounds View. 3rd and 10. White Bear Lake would love a stop here, and they're going to call a timeout to discuss the situation. White Bear Lake using the first of their 3 timeouts in the half. As you know, they don't carry over in high school football. And once more, if you want to get up to the minute updates on programming on the SEC airwaves, you can follow us on social media, Suburban Community Channels on Facebook, and SEC TV on Twitter and Instagram. You can also visit our website, scctv.org. Here's a look at the history between these two. And you can see this series has heavily gone in Mounds View's favor. They have won the last 7 meetings, 9 of the last 10. White Bear Lake's last victory came in 2013 in regular season play. And Mounds View won in that playoff meeting a couple weeks later. But it's been a one-sided affair as we have 3rd and 10 coming up for Mounds View. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Voss with some blocking this time. Wark with the pass, and it looked like he was a little out of his comfort zone there. Wark was trying to evade a couple of defenders. Rash, the intended receiver, Mounds View with 4th down, and here comes the punting unit. White Bear Lake getting a badly needed stop after Mounds View torched them in the last 2 series. Here's another look. Wark was absolutely hounded by the White Bear Lake defense.
Back to receive for the White Bear Lake Bears, number 1, Alex Lockwood.
Lockwood will receive the punt. It's low, but it's short. White Bear Lake, got to be careful. You don't want to touch it if you're the receiving team. And Mounds View will let that ball roll to the 24-yard line before they down it. So with 7:05 left in the 2nd quarter, White Bear Lake will try to get their offense to full strength. They trail 14-0. If you've been following White Bear Lake athletics this season, and if you live in the White Bear Lake area, you may have noticed the school going through a refit, including the addition of a new athletic center that will give all the indoor teams, specifically volleyball and basketball, an opportunity to get their games in and provide a community space, much like Stillwater has with the Pony Activity Center, other schools like Hopkins and Hastings. Meanwhile, on that 1st and 10 play, White Bear Lake moves the ball up a couple of yards. Anthony Lewis Royal on the carry.
2-yard gain.
Here's another look. Well, that run nearly fooled our camera ops on the handoff and the fake. 2nd and 8 following the 2-yard gain by Lewis Royal. Yarrow with his screen pass to Lockwood. He breaks his first defender, and Lockwood will get the 1st down and plenty more. He is tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 20 yards. That's the first big play for White Bear Lake. They are at the 46-yard line. And as you'll see on this replay, this was Lockwood. Got through his first defender, so that tackle, that attempted tackle, I should say, nothing but air. And we had movement at the line. Rayshawn Breaks ran his route a little too early. It looked like they were going to try the reverse, but Breaks jumped the start. So that will make it 1st and 15 from the 41-yard line. It's the third time White Bear Lake has been hit with a false start penalty. And some of these intangibles, 2 offside calls, a few false start penalties. White Bear Lake, they've got a little cleaning up to do in that area. They've been hit with a few penalties throughout. This time the play is clean. They fake the reverse. Garrow under pressure finds Lockwood, who breaks his defender down the right sideline to the 20, the 10. See you later. Touchdown. White Bear Lake, no flags. A 59-yard connection, and White Bear Lake is on the board. Lockwood gives White Bear Lake renewed vigor. Here's another look. Garrett was in trouble and under pressure, found Lockwood. White Bear Lake, they were knocking on the door on their last drive. They had a couple of passing plays fall incomplete, including one that went right through the fingertips of Breaks. The extra point is too low, so White Bear Lake gets on the board, but they leave a point off the board. It's 14-6 with 5:07 to go in the second quarter, and that could come into play later on. Mounds View may have jumped the line. Folks in the press box thought so. We're going to take another look. I thought Mounds View might have jumped. Let's see. We'll show you in a moment. If not, then maybe I'll draw some Madden's telestrator lines. Or pull out a play from one of the Madden games like news stations do for highlights. We will pull that up in a moment, though, because at first glance, I thought Mounds View jumped. Everyone else in the press box with me thought so, and if that had been the case, White Bear Lake should have had another chance. We can't call a review, of course. White Bear Lake still on the board in any event. Here it is, and yeah, Mounds View, I think, got away with one there. They got lucky. Squib kick. Interesting call by the Bears here as the kick is fielded by number 9, Nick Shaw. White Bear Lake still on the board though, 14-6. But that extra point could come into play. We'll have to see how the rest of the game pans out.
Takeaway number 9, Matthew Courier, Bears. Mounds View takes over first down at 10, the 31-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Mustangs. Forced into a 3-and-out in their last series as White Bear Lake dialed up the pressure on Owen Warwick. Let's see what they can do here. 3 receivers to the right. Draws the running back, and that throw is incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Dylan Wheeler, the intended receiver, but that pass was well overthrown. It looked like there was some pressure on Warwick, and I'm starting to wonder if that is affecting his cadence. Timing is so important. Here's another look. You could tell Wark got it off quicker than he wanted to. But Mounds View unrelenting in their formation. White Bear Lake showing blitz. Now they back off. Mounds View keeping the 4 receivers, 1 back. The offensive line has struggled with their blocks as of late. 2nd and 10 for Mounds View. Wark this time has protection, but the pass is too high and picked off. We have a flag though. We've got a flag, so we're gonna have to see what the marker's about. For the moment, it would be an interception for Chris Heim. White Bear Lake, they're signaling it's on Mounds View. White Bear Lake, or at least number 40, Jonte Volks, is saying that's on Mounds View, but that's not his call to make. It's up to the guys in the stripes. Oh, that hurts. Defensive holding. That's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down, so wipe away the interception. Let's see if we can catch that holding call.
Holding penalty on White Bear Lake, last play, 5-yard penalty.
And it might have happened on Wark. You saw the White Bear Lake defender, number 19, Rayshawn Breaks, pull back just a little bit. That might have been enough to get the attention of one of the officials. So instead of an interception, Mounds View Lake continues their drive with the defensive holding call. Rayshawn Breaks may have gotten a little too close, may have grabbed some part of Wheeler's jersey, and defensive holding was the call. Vaugh's on the carry on first down for Mounds View, but he's going to get pushed back for a loss of 2. And we should point out, if it was on breaks, we don't have mics on the officials, so the officials aren't mic'd here. There is a difference on a passing play. Defensive holding is called if it occurs before the throw or if it wasn't necessarily catchable. But defenders have a certain radius. After that, they can't grab the offensive player. And another penalty for White Bear Lake. They've been getting hammered on the yellow flags. That pass was deflected and falls incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and long for Mounds View. White Bear Lake getting hit with a bevy of penalties. Here's another look. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, I see. White Bear Lake player deflected it. That pass was batted by Matt Sloan, and another moment or two, he might have been able to turn that deflection into a pick. Got to give him props for the theatrics, though. Tried to sell that. The officials weren't fooled, of course. 3rd and 12. Mounds View struggling as of late in the passing game. Wark hasn't had the protection he was accustomed to early on. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Mounds View opting not to add any tight ends, anything like that. Nystrom with the catch. He's got a long way to go, though, for the first down, and he's not going to get there. Wrapped up by number 12, Michael Delaney, the 6'2 junior. And in spite of the defensive holding penalty, White Bear Lake doesn't give Mounds View anything. And the Bears will have a chance to pick up another score before we get to the halftime intermission. White Bear Lake will get the ball to start the second half, keep that in mind. But the defense performing superbly over the last couple of drives. And it speaks volumes that they were able to shrug off a defensive holding call that nullified an interception. High snap, too high! And Mounds View just has to fall on it. White Bear Lake will take over at the 13-yard line. The miscue snowballing for Mounds View. Here's another look. That was just a bad snap. We said at the open we didn't know what to expect. Now it's because data on this game was limited. but apparently that preface, we didn't know what to expect, was an understatement, because we are getting some crazy twists and turns and developments as White Bear Lake starts their next drive at the 12-yard line. Handoff to Lewis Royal, and he will move the pile to the 11-yard line for a gain of 1. Certainly within scoring range if you're White Bear Lake.
1 yard gain on the play, 2nd and 9.
As we take another glimpse, Lewis Royal's been trying ever so hard to make the ground game work, and it hasn't gone as well as perhaps he would like, but White Bear Lake did land a couple of big passes on their last drive. So the Bears doing wonders through the air, trying to do the same on the ground. Lewis Royal has a hole and gets to the 4-yard line for a gain of 7. White Bear Lake can get a first down without scoring.
Down to the 4-yard line.
It will be 3rd and 2 following the 7-yard run by Lewis Royal. And if I'm not mistaken, that is his longest run of any kind in this game. Here's another look. Good block there by Rayshawn Breaks. Gave him the space he needed to turn a 2nd and 9 into a 3rd and 2. Again, White Bear Lake can convert without scoring. Garrell under center. Feeds it to Lewis Royal. He's looking to turn left. Lewis Royal lunges forward for the touchdown. The second effort produces 6 for the senior. And Lewis Royal, he doesn't have an explosive play to his credit yet, but he has a couple of gritty plays. And White Bear Lake, a 2-point conversion away from tying this up when it looked like they were in big trouble not too long ago. And that was set up by the bad snap on a punt for Mounds View. Lewis Royal, you see he was met, but able to shake off his first 2 defenders. White Bear Lake, let's see if they go for 2. They're going to the huddle, and for the moment, I'd say they are. Yes, they are lining up for 2, and that makes sense as you trail by 2 after the extra point was missed, although Mounds View may have gotten away with a fault or encroachment there, but that 2-point conversion goes nowhere as Garrell was met with pressure as soon as he got the snap. So White Bear Lake trailing by 2, 14-12, and the missed extra points coming into play here.
Once again, folks, tonight is the annual Harvest Bowl. I'd like to thank you to those who brought 3 canned goods.
Let's take one more look at the Lewis Royal touchdown run, because that is a textbook example of yards after contact. He was able to shrug off Christo Alex and reach forward. All you got to do is cross the plane, and that's something you see in this sport. We talk about it a lot, yards after catch, yards after contact. How do players perform when they're met by a defender for the first time? Lewis Royal certainly performed well. Although the Bears still trail by 2. Again, they missed an extra point. Mounds View looked like they got away with encroachment on that sequence, and then a missed 2-point conversion. Squib kick, but it goes deep. This will give Mounds View a chance for a return. Benning Went goes to the middle, and he will be tackled at the 24-yard line. Mounds View has
tackle made by number 21, Chris
2 timeouts remaining and 1:36 left. And it looked like Eric Fenning Went took a hard hit.
Injury on the field.
Here's another look. Did a good job breaking through. Oh yeah, he took a nasty hit from Chris Heim, who made the tackle. Heim hit Fenning Went in his midsection, and that could very well have knocked the air out of him. He's getting examined by the athletic trainer as the Mounds View players take a knee. 1:36 to go in the second quarter. When we resume, White Bear Lake cheerleaders doing the same, taking a knee that is. When we resume, and Fenning Went gets up and will trot off on his own, so it could be one of those scenarios where the wind was knocked out of him. And taking a hit to your midsection like that at full speed can leave a mark.
First down, it's at Mounds View for the 24-yard line.
First and 10 from the 24 for the Mustangs. They have 1:36 and 2 timeouts. They try to get on the board. Remember, White Bear Lake will start the second half with the ball. Voss on the pitch, and he picks up 2 yards. And White Bear Lake calls timeout.
Timeout White Bear Lake.
So the Bears sensing that if they could force a 3 and out, now they only have 2 timeouts, so Mounds View can give them some clock, but White Bear Lake perhaps sensing that if they can force a 3 and out on the Mustangs, it would give them time to mount a quick series. And a reminder that we will have first half highlights and analysis when we get to the halftime intermission. But we're seeing some strategy here. Second and 8 after Voss was held to 2 yards on the last play, and I think Mounds View got White Bear Lake again. At the line, there were flags all over the place, and offsides is the call, so that turns 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3. Not what White Bear Lake was looking for. They've been called offsides a few times, false start penalties. The penalties are going to be something Ryan Bartlett, I imagine, will address after this game, because these are just a series of unforced errors. White Bear Lake showing blitz. They were close to crossing the neutral zone again. It's tricky, but you have to keep your marks and not let the opponent trick you into those hard counts. Screen to Nystrom, and he is met up at the 31-yard line. No gain on the play, and White Bear Lake will use their final timeout, so they're going to take a chance here. If Mounds View converts, they're still going to have plenty of time to move the ball downfield.
Loss of a yard on the play.
And with that, let's take a quick look at some out-of-town scores. St. Thomas Academy leads Cretin-Durham Hall at halftime, 21-0. Bloomington Kennedy up on Minneapolis Washburn, 34-0. Andover leading 28-7 over Rogers. Chaska up big on Benilde St. Margaret's, 27-6. Ridley leading St. Anthony, 21-6. Minneapolis Southwest over Richfield, 29-7. Hastings with a 7-0 lead over Simley. Wayzata leading St. Michael Albertville 21-7. Irondale, one of the powers in the North Metro, they lead Tartan 20-0. Laconia up 7-0 over Orono. Lakeville South, they lead Eden Prairie 21-7. And in one of the matinee games, Brooklyn Center beat Minneapolis South 15-13. So that's a look at your out-of-town scores. This is a big third down, 3rd and 3. White Bear Lake using their 2 timeouts, hoping to preserve as much time as they can. If they can get a stop, if Mounds View gets a conversion, they're going to have a lot of time and 2 timeouts of their own. Warwick tried to get White Bear Lake to jump off sides again, and the pass is underthrown. Hunter Rass, the intended receiver, and that effectively is a free timeout as far as clock management is concerned, presuming Mounds View decides to punt. And they elect to send out the punting unit. Last time, a bad snap gave White Bear Lake the ball at the 12-yard line, and they took it in for 6 on the run by Anthony Lewis Royal. White Bear Lake will have over a minute to work with. They're out of timeouts though, but that incomplete pass on 3rd down netted White Bear Lake a few seconds of clock. Fair catch is called by Lockwood. White Bear Lake will take over at the 40-yard line with 1:12. They're out of timeouts, but they got about 40 extra seconds of clock to work with after the screen pass to Rask on 3rd down came up short. Let's see what White Bear Lake decides to do. No timeouts. Now the clock does stop to move the chains if you get a 1st down. Garrell changing the call. Quick throw to Henderson, and Mounds View wasn't fooled in the slightest. That was number 35, Evan Hatton, on the tackle against Batel Henderson. Mounds View opting not to use their timeouts here. So they're just looking to get a stop on White Bear Lake. The Bears will get the ball to start the 2nd half. Lewis Royal on the carry, and he'll pick up a few yards.
Number 3, Anthony Lewis Royal.
White Bear Lake in the hurry up. Again, they're out of timeouts, but they're still going to try to get a conversion. And they will on the 3rd down play. Henderson with the catch. That puts the ball at the 45-yard line for a gain of 12. Henderson, though, did not get out of bounds in time, so the clock will run. 20 seconds to go. Garrell looking to throw again, facing pressure, going deep. He's looking for Lockwood. And we've got a flag. Lockwood pushed off a little bit on Wheeler. I wouldn't be surprised if this is offensive pass interference. Lockwood pushed Wheeler off right before the ball got to him, and the way the players are motioning, it will be offensive pass interference. And that is the call. Offensive pass interference on Lockwood. That was pretty clear. I saw Lockwood get the push off on Wheeler, and Wheeler hadn't caught up to Lockwood yet. So not a difficult call to make on the part of White Bear Lake, so that will be a 15-yard penalty. That puts White Bear Lake back at the 40, and that's going to put an end to their drive. White Bear Lake not going to chance it here, knowing they get the ball to start the 2nd half. White Bear Lake answered big after Mounds View put together a couple of big-time drives, but it's the Mustangs who lead. The White Bear Lake area Bears 14-12 by virtue of missed extra points. White Bear Lake will get the ball to start the 2nd half. We'll see if they can find a way to get in front We'll pause for a little bit and come back with first half highlights and analysis. This is High School Football live on SEC Sports.
There is a road laid out for me.
Boxes everywhere. And this is gonna be Addie's room.
I am blind,
You're really gonna like it.
I hope so. Yeah. I know this road is there for me. There is a long way.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
The way it's down by the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
I got this.
I know this road is there for me.
Okay.
If I'm really free, take me down to the river and wash me.
What's more dangerous? A man who isn't afraid of death or one who's found everything to live for? I asked him if he was proud of me. He emphatically said yes as he laid his pecan-colored head on my chest, and I went through my mind 1,000 times to figure out what that could possibly mean, and every single example ended in motivation for me. So you may not be afraid to die, but I'm more afraid to let them down. And I found something to live for, which is a dangerous motive forever fueled. See, your thoughts may be involuntary, but my actions are very calculated. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. My sons ain't raised by no coward, and they won't be one either. If this be the measure of a man, the yardstick gonna need way more meters. I take it too far, so they never come up short, because I found everything to live for.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
When I left the military, I was excited for a fresh start, but civilian life has been harder than I thought it would be. Figuring out a new career while also being a good mom, wife, and friend. Some days I'm barely keeping my head above water.
Go to your room!
To get back to enjoying life again, I needed to get help. Discover how other women veterans like me have learned to thrive after military service by taking care of themselves and their mental health. Visit maketheconnection.net/womenveterans.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The White Bear Lake student section jumping along as the White Bear Lake area dance team is serenading the home crowd with an on-field performance. They're hoping the White Bear Lake football team can do the same in the second half. 14-12 is the score. Mounds View got on the board first, and it looked like they couldn't be stopped, putting together a couple of big-time drives. White Bear Lake scored on a pair of drives later on. Here's a look at the highlights, and Owen Warwick was connecting on big plays early. This was the 71-yard touchdown throw to Hunter Rask, who broke his coverage and had no one to stop him from reaching the end zone. And then here's the second touchdown throw for Warwick as he connected with Dylan Wheeler, and that came after a 25-yard passing play. White Bear Lake answered on a 59-yard connection from Gerald to Alex Lockwood, who runs down the right sideline. But White Bear Lake missed the extra point. Mounds View may have jumped off sides there. And here's Anthony Lewis Royal running it in from 4 yards out after White Bear Lake started their series at the 12-yard line following a bad snap by Mounds View on an attempted punt. So we have seen just about everything you can expect in a football game as far as big plays, wild sequences, but this game is coming down to those extra points that White Bear Lake hasn't been able to put up. And they will get the ball to start the second half, so we'll see if they can get in front. But the White Bear Lake defense, they really stepped it up after getting torched on those 2 touchdown plays that you saw earlier. They brought a lot more pressure to Warwick, and Owen Warwick and the rest of the Mounds View offense has struggled to adapt to that. So we'll see what happens in the second half. And here's a look at the new conference or district alignment, however you slice it. That was one of the many changes taking place in high school sports this year. White Bear Lake and Mounds View in the same conference, Stillwater as well, but look at the teams that moved in versus the teams that moved out. Anoka, Osseo, and Forest Lake. It was Woodbury, Eastridge, and Cretin-Durham Hall. They classed down to 5A for football this year. So that gives every school a bit of a different look in terms of scheduling. It's no different than the classification realignment that takes place with every other sport. Football runs a little differently with the districts, at least in 6A, and then everything else is 9-man to 5A. So Stillwater figures to be the toughest competitor of the bunch, but anything can happen. And for a school like Mounds View that has seen everything from blowout wins to blowout losses, we have no idea what to expect. Here was a look at the Metro East standings from last year. Now remember, last year was a condensed season that ultimately was canceled due to the pandemic. Stillwater had the best record of the bunch, finishing 4-3 overall, 4-1 in district play. White Bear Lake at 2-2, Mounds View at 1-4. And we'll see how White Bear Lake and Mounds View continue with their new surroundings, but we're going to take another pause and bring you the second half. Remember, White Bear Lake starts the second half with the ball. We'll see if they can take their first lead when we return.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light.
How can I help you?
Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need. for help with food, healthcare, mental health, and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected, get help.
You see certain things get reincarnated in your children. My daughter is very much inspired by my wife's artistic pursuits. So my daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
Hey, boss. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents.
You think you created family out of characters?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna take that, make it into a song.
Me the babe, see you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at on the way? Yeah. In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
Olivia was a free-spirited, very sensitive little girl. She became ill, and then they revealed a mass on her brainstem. She herniated on the brain and died. Immediately, I started thinking about organ donation, and why would we not give back?
My son is 22 months old. Someone's child, basically, would have to pass in order for Kevon to be their match.
Nice to finally be. Oh my gosh, you are so tall. I can feel your heart beating. Oh my goodness, thank you.
I didn't lose her in vain. This little boy is running, playing because of my little girl, and I'm so grateful for that.
Her daughter is alive through my son, so that's keeping love alive.
The vision of the foundation is that no child dies waiting for an organ.
For more information on pediatric organ donation, go to lanethomas.org.
We're about 5 minutes away from the second half kickoff. You're watching live coverage of high school football on SEC Sports. White Bear Lake leads Mounds View. Or I should say Mounds View leads White Bear Lake 14-12. In a close game, we weren't sure what to expect. White Bear Lake had a shutout win over Roseville, dropped a close one to Blaine. Mounds View had the big win over Totino Grace, shut out by Osseo, so we weren't sure what to anticipate. And this game perhaps has lived up to that billing as the White Bear Lake team takes the field. And again, we still have 5 minutes to go because each team gets 3 minutes after the halftime clock hits zero to do their warm-ups. One of the interesting quirks for high school football. These two teams did not meet last year as the pandemic canceled the playoff portion of football season. Several schools were able to get the regular season games in, but that was it. So we did not have a state champion like we usually do. But some of the players who were on last year's team that you might have seen had the two faced off. Brendan Burwald in the condensed 2020 season. 844 yards, 5 touchdowns. Spencer Oxton and Jeffrey Ottomitten were the primary running backs 1 year ago. And for Mounds View, Tate Lahr, 3 passing touchdown, 368 yards, and Joey Bruggers only had 6 catches on the year, but he did pick up 130 yards and a touchdown. Remember, both teams only played a limited number of games due to the pandemic. But so far, a normal season, and we haven't had to make any cancellations, postponements, or reschedulings yet, and that is a welcome sight as we try to work our way back to whatever normal is. I often say it's just a setting on a washer and dryer. So that's a look at the 2 teams from a year ago. Here's a look at some other games from around the league, specifically the Metro Maroon North. Burnsville and Anoka, no report there. Osseo up big on Forest Lake, 33-14, and Stillwater, the creme de la creme over the last couple of years, leading Roseville 28-0. Valley Access Channels is carrying that game live. Stillwater figures to be a tough out for both of these teams. They get them at the end of the schedule. So the Ponies, they were off to a great start. They beat Centennial 7-0 and took care of Eastridge handily, although the Raptors didn't make it easy in a inter-district game now. They're no longer in the same group. And Osseo, after they struggled in their first game of the season, they've turned it around. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Stillwater Osseo could be a hidden gem of sorts. And as we wait for the second half to start, I do have some other updates as we'll bring up some more graphics perhaps. Bloomington Kennedy extending their lead over Washburn 40-0. Andover leading Rogers 28-10. As you look at the Mounds View team returning to the field. Southwest looks like they're going to get a win over Richfield. 29-7 is the score there. St. Thomas Academy leads Cretin-Derham Hall 21-0 at halftime. That was the most recent update. Perhaps the biggest surprise would be Lakeville North leading Eden Prairie, Lakeville South that is, 21-7, and we'll see if we can get some more updates for you before that wraps up. Looking ahead for White Bear Lake, we mentioned Stillwater and Osseo emerging as the 2 teams to watch out for in the Metro Maroon North. October 1st, White Bear Lake will host Stillwater. That will be a big game, but they will go on the road next week to play Eastview. And then they will wrap up the season on the road, Osseo and Totino Grace. Totino Grace should be a winnable game based on the early results we're getting. Osseo could be interesting. They've been up and down. They won a state championship a few years ago and have run through the gamut. But looking at the rest of the schedule, it's hard to say what to expect. Although for White Bear Lake, their fortunes are a lot better since the days when I think, can't remember if they were in 5A or not, but they went winless for a season and then turned it around and won 4 games the next year. You just never know what to expect year to year with high school football. And here's a look at the Mounds View schedule. Talk about a tough conclusion. They'll host the last 2 games, but they are against Stillwater and Maple Grove, both in the top 10 in the most recent Class 6A poll. They will host Forest Lake next Friday. That looks like a winnable game. Roseville looks like a winnable game. Anoka could be a winnable one for Mounds View, but they struggle with Osseo, and the way Stillwater has performed so far, that could be another tough out for the Mustangs. So that's a look ahead at the 2 schools, and we certainly hope we can bring you some coverage of at least White Bear Lake, because Mounds View is in 9 North territory. And we want to thank all of you watching on 9 North. If you're tuning in from Mounds View, Arden Hills, that part of the Twin Cities area, and all of you watching live on SCC, we're glad you can join us as well. If you want to follow along and get up-to-the-minute programming information on the airwaves of SCC, you can always hit us up on social media, Suburban Community Channels on Facebook, SCC TV on Twitter and Instagram, scctv.org if web browsing is your thing. White Bear Lake will start the second half with the ball. And we're ready to get the second half underway. No inclement weather to worry about. We've been blessed with some nice weather the last couple of weeks. After week 1 was saturated with some precipitation. Mike Beaton all by myself, talking to myself, ready to present the second half live on SCC. Whoops. Rayshawn breaks, lost his grip, and in high school and college football, if you go down, in this case, a posterior equals 1 foot, but if a knee or any part of your body lands on the turf, the play is stopped then and there. Unlike the NFL, where you have to physically be contacted by a defender unless you voluntarily take a knee in order to be considered down. So that's going to pin White Bear Lake at their own 6-yard line to start their next series. And they're going to move back a few more yards on the false start call. It will be half the distance to the goal in this scenario, so that will push them back to the 3.
False start penalty on White Bear Lake. Half the distance to the goal line. First down at 13.
Penalties were a big problem for the Bears in the first half. Several false start calls, a few offsides calls. They've overcome those miscues to make it a 1-possession game, 14-12, but they haven't done themselves a whole lot of favors. That is going to help as Lewis Royal takes the first down handoff to the 14-yard line. A gain of 11, that will make it second and about 3. And a much needed run to give White Bear Lake some space. They love a first down here. Lewis Royal on second down, held for no gain.
Number 3, Anthony Lewis Royal. Third down and 2.
Third and 2 for the Bears. Big play here and more movement at the line. It looks like another false start, yes. 2 false start penalties on the opening drive of the second half.
False start penalty on White Bear Lake.
And if you followed the Vikings-Bengals game from last Sunday, you know all those false start penalties, they can add up and make you pull out your hair. Whether you're on the coaching staff, a player, or just a fan watching the game. That makes 3rd and 2, 3rd and 7. And if White Bear Lake can't convert, Mounds View will have favorable field position, to put it lightly. Garrell looking to pass to his left, and That falls incomplete. Lockwood wanted a flag because he thought Fenning Went grabbed his jersey. It looked like Fenning Went got a bit of a tug on it. So 3 and out for White Bear Lake on the first series of the second half. Here's another look. We'll see if we can catch it. Fenning Went did grab his back. Was it enough for the officials to throw a flag? I don't know, but Lockwood certainly not pleased with the situation as White Bear Lake is forced to punt, and that will sail out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Mounds View will start their next series on the opposing side of the field. And I believe Ryan Bartlett is pleading his case regarding the third down pass intended for Lockwood. He's going to make his displeasure known. From our vantage point, it was a close call. But I certainly can understand the frustration with White Bear Lake tagged for several penalties, offsides, false starts, and offensive pass interference, and Mounds View, by my recollection, has yet to commit a penalty. Warwick under pressure, and a flag, 2 flags. Warwick was hit just as he threw the ball. Wheeler, the intended receiver, and it looks like it's going to go against White Bear Lake. Defensive pass interference. So that will be a 15-yard penalty and another first down for Mounds View. Here's another look.
$15-yard penalty. First down and 10 from less than.
Jonte Volks on the coverage against Dylan Wheeler. Volks perhaps a little too grabby. Another tough break for the Bears because they have stymied Warwick since they dialed up the pressure. Mounds View continuing their 4-receiver set, just one guy in the backfield, so not a lot of blocking options. That pass falls incomplete. It will be second down. And over time, White Bear Lake's front line able to work their way to the quarterback. Here's a replay. That time Warwick had protection, but just missed the route. Nystrom, the intended receiver. Second and 10 from the 30-yard line. Not quite in field goal range yet. Mounds View missed a 41-yard attempt on the first drive of the game. Delayed handoff to Vaz. And that play is stuffed by Anthony Lewis Royal, who pushes Mounds View back to the 35-yard line. A loss of 5. It will be 3rd and 15, but we've seen Mounds View drop some long bombs through the air, so no time to celebrate yet. It's not often you see a team stick to one formation like Mounds View has, and Warwick's pass, I believe, intended for Dylan Wheeler, and that third down play went nowhere. That brings up 4th and 15, outside field goal range. I don't know if it's far enough to pooch it. I'm going to guess Mounds View will go for it on 4th down because of where they are located on the field. Well, they're going to bring out the punting unit, so they'll try to pooch it and pin White Bear Lake deep.
Number 33.
Matt Sloan was lining up to return. He's not quite sure. Nope, now he comes up. And that punt takes a White Bear Lake bounce, but Mounds View able to pin White Bear Lake deep just outside the 10-yard line. They will spot it at the 11. So Mounds View opting to pooch it.
Will be placing the 11-yard line.
And we'll leave it up to their defense to hold White Bear Lake in check. They'll spot it at the 12-yard line. 8:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Mounds View holding on to their 2-point lead over White Bear Lake. Live coverage of high school football on SEC Sports. 1st and 10 from the 12. Player in motion. He gets the carry. And we'll get to the 17-yard line for a gain of 5. That was number 9, Matthew Courier, the 5'11" junior.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4.
6 yards officially on that play. 2nd and 4. And moving the pile for another pair of yards is Lewis Royal. 3rd and a long 1.
3rd down and 1.
Actually, it looks like about a yard with the down marker at that half-yard line. I've always had trouble with that when the down marker is at the half-yard line. How do you call it? But 3rd and 1. Manageable 3rd down here as White Bear Lake looks to get some space again. Although they held Mounds View in check after a defensive pass interference call. White Bear Lake, that has been the mantra. They've made some miscues along the way. Lewis Royal able to get enough to convert on 3rd down. They've made some mistakes along the way, and there will be some fundamental addresses, I imagine, in the practices to come, but White Bear Lake has not allowed those miscues to lead into bigger mistakes. They've committed some encroachment penalties, but prevent Mounds View from scoring. They've committed some false start penalties on offense, but they did score twice. They have to score again if they want to take the lead. Garrell has plenty of time. The pass is complete, and taking a tumble, but not before picking up a big 1st down as Rayshawn breaks a 42-yard gain. It will be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Garrell had plenty of time. A little bit of pressure at the end, but more than enough to let the play develop. And if the ball was spot on, Breaks might have gone all the way. He lost his balance, extending his reach, but it's a 1st down, and White Bear Lake will take it. That's not Lewis Royal, that's 33, Matt Sloan, who will pick up another big chunk of yards as he's run out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A gain of 20 as he scampers his way down the left sideline. So White Bear Lake marching downfield after struggling early in this 3rd quarter. White Bear Lake enters the red zone. 1st and 10. At the 15-yard line. 6:01 to go. Sloan again. This time met up at the line. Did gain 1 on the play.
1 yard gain for the Bears brings up 2nd down and 9.
Second and 9, and I thought I heard a firework go off. This is Breaks, looking to turn the corner on the reverse. Not only does he turn the corner, he turns it in for 6. Touchdown, White Bear Lake on the reverse from the speedy Rayshawn Breaks. And the Bears take their first lead after they trailed 14-0. Injury timeout, 14-yard rushing touchdown for Rayshawn Breaks. They tried to reverse earlier. It was stopped by a false start penalty, and Breaks getting some help from number 3, Anthony Lewis Royal, on the block, and Breaks found just enough space to get to the pylon. We've got a player down near that right corner pylon. And the injured player is Eric Fenning-Went. He was injured in the first quarter after taking a hit in his midsection, had the wind knocked out of him, and he's walking slowly back to the bench on his own. So Fenning-Went taking a couple of hits here. He's the 5'9", 160-pound senior. As we await the point after, we'll see what White Bear Lake opts for here. Probably 1, given the point differential. Although they might go for 2 and try to go for a 6-point lead versus 5. It looks like they will line up for 2 on this PAT. And the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. As Lewis Royal got away from the first tackler. No signal yet. He's in. Lewis Royal just kept churning. So that makes it a 6-point game. Here's another look. This was all Anthony Lewis Royal. As you saw, he broke off the first tackler, and well, he's somewhere down there. I have no idea how he got across the plane because I can't see through that pile. But he got that opportunity by shaking off Andrew Molinar, and he has broken Molinar a couple of times. 44 has not found a way to stop Lewis Royal. I'm going to trust the officials on that one because I have no way. I could not see Lewis Royal at all when he got down that far. When you have a massive civilization in the goal line, it can be tough to tell sometimes. Elsewhere, as we await the kickoff, Chaska looks like they're going to pick up another victory, leading Benilde St. Margaret's 34-6. Richfield picked up a score against Southwest, but I don't know if they'll have enough time. 29-14 is the score there. Whiteside leading St. Michael Albertville 28-14 now. Another squib kick that bounces off Nick Shaw, I believe. And he moves the pile to the 35-yard line, so Shaw picking up a few yards on the return after the squib kick deflected off of him. But the Mounds View offense has failed to produce in terms of results as of late. Here's another look at the kick return. The first 3 drives, Mounds View looked good. They missed a field goal, but then had 2 touchdowns through the passing game that left everyone wondering if White Bear Lake was in for a long night. But since then, pressure to Owen Warwick has hampered Mounds View's production. Another quick throw. This one incomplete. Tyler Nystrom, the intended receiver. Other scores around the Metro: St. Louis Park leading Two Rivers, the former Henry Sibley, 21-7. And Hastings extending their lead over Simley, 21-0. Waconia extending their lead over Orono, 21-0. And Irondale doing the same against Tartan, 27-3. Lakeville South looks like they're going to lock up a win over Eden Prairie, 35-7. Although the Lakeville schools are among the powers in 6A football, but to see a score like that against a legacy program at Eden Prairie, that's surprising. 2nd and 10, Mounds View looking deep. The pass in and out of the hands of Hunter Rask. That will bring up 3rd and 10. White Bear Lake looking for another 3 and out. They gave up a first down on a pass interference call, but held Mounds View in check. And that has been the theme of this game. No matter the mistakes, they don't let it lead to bigger ones. 3 receivers to the right for the Mustangs, continuing that 4-receiver set. Wark looking for Nystrom, and he's got him. Nystrom with the catch. He's run out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 21. And a big 3rd down conversion for the Mustangs, who find themselves trailing for the first time after it looked like they might go in front and stay there. So they're back into the opposing side of the field with a fresh set of downs. High snap. We've got a flag. White Bear Lake on top of that play. Fenning Went tried to take the lateral. Ultimately was stopped for no gain, but let's check the marker. Here's another look, and the flag came just as Vaz made the lateral to Fenning Went. And that's a holding call on Mounds View. And that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So this is going to be a costly penalty for the Mustangs. That puts the ball all the way back to the 39-yard line. It's still first down, but it's 1st and 27. First and at this stage, you might as well say 1st and Stillwater. Or 1st and Irondale. It's that long. 1st and 27. Mounds View has to get the ball past the opposing 34-yard line to convert after that holding penalty pushes them back 10 yards. And that's the first penalty, if I recall. That's the first time Mounds View's been hit with the yellow flag. And they may get another one. Delay of game. So after Mounds View had played mistake-free football in regards to penalties, they get called for back-to-back Miscues.
5-yard penalty, ball number 34. First down at 32.
First and 32, and I don't think you have a whole lot of plays designed for this. First and 32. Split receivers this time for the Mustangs. Wark looking to his left into double coverage, and the pass is incomplete. Holden Wheeler, the intended receiver, but throwing into double coverage usually doesn't work out in your favor. Second and 32. Jack Bray might have been the better option based on that replay. He had single coverage. I certainly understand the desire to go to Wheeler, but second and 32, first and 32, not the time to force it. He hands it to Voss, who will look to pick up some of that yardage lost as he runs through holes up the middle past the original line of scrimmage. And Voss, who had struggled up to this point, gets the ball to the 40-yard line. Voss with an elusive 27-yard gain. Found a space and then he jukes the defender in the secondary. Voss giving a huge lift to the Mustangs with that run. It's now 3rd and 5, and that changes the math considerably in terms of play options. Three-step drop. There's Bray with the catch. He's got the first down and more. So Mounds View fights off first and 32. And he gains 15 on the play. Check that, 18. First and 32 after a holding penalty and a false start penalty, and Mounds View moves the chains. And if they're able to come back and win this game, remember that drive. Remember that 3rd down conversion. But they're still trailing. They're not in front just yet. Quick slant intended for Nystrom, and the pass falls incomplete on first down, so 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line. We are in range if Mounds View wanted to kick a field goal at this stage, although they're looking for 6 and the PAT at this point. That stops the clock with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Looked like White Bear Lake had Mounds View in rough water. 3-step drop, Bray with the catch, and he's taken out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the play. That will make it 3rd and 4. Another big 3rd down here. We are within field goal range, although Mounds View could be in 4-down territory given the time and score. But they went through an extended stretch where they couldn't buy a first down or a whole lot of yards in any sense, and now they're in the red zone. Looking to convert a 3rd and 4 and retake the lead after White Bear Lake got in front on the touchdown by Breaks a short time ago. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Wark looking right, evades his coverage, cuts back, tries to pick up the first down on his own. He's going to be a couple yards short. Big decision here for Aaron Moberg. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for it. Nick Asper on the tackle to stop Warwick from picking up the first down, but 4th and 2, you're close enough. And given where you are in the field, looks like Mounds View will keep their offense out on the field, and I'm not surprised. You trail by 6. You only need a couple of yards. Same formation, so 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Or Mounds View might be looking to draw White Bear Lake off sides again. That's happened a few times, and Mounds View will call a timeout. I'm not sure if they had a full understanding of what play they wanted to run, so that's the first of their 3 timeouts in this half. And this is a big 4th down here. Of course, we still have a long way to go with 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter, and still another quarter to play. Elsewhere, Andover looks like they're going to beat Rogers. Here's a look at how we got here. Score by a quarter. Andover will beat Rogers most likely as they lead 35-10. And how about this for a shutout? Wilmer leads Big Lake 58-0. St. Thomas Academy leading Cretin-Durham Hall 34-7. Irondale up 34-3 over Tartan. Lakeville South up 42-7 over Eden Prairie. I'm still shocked to see a score like that. Does Mounds View have a shocker within them, or can White Bear Lake force a turnover on downs and get a red zone stop? 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Mounds View will go for it on 4th down. Wark has got a man open. The pass is tipped, and it's caught. Touchdown! Whoa! White Bear Lake had the tip, but Tyler Nystrom spots the ball, keeps it off the ground, and Mounds View can take the lead on the PAT. White Bear Lake player is down. I don't believe this. You don't see a play like that every day. Injury timeout. Take another look at this. Wark found Nystrom and breaks, got the tip, but not enough, and whoa, that was close. The signal was touchdown. That wasn't breaks, that was Tulawape Oyakunle who made the tip, and I think he took a hard hit on the turf in the process. That replay, of course we don't have replay review, but when I watched it, Nystrom, it's still an impressive effort to come up with the ball after the tip, but I do wonder if it touched the ground. Let's take another look at this. That ball came awfully close to touching the ground. And you can't use the ground frame by frame. Let's take a look. Ooh. That's one of those close calls. If you're a White Bear Lake fan, you probably are saying the ball hit the ground. If you're a Mounds View fan, you're saying Nystrom got under it. That's a tough call. Again, we don't have replay review, so the ruling was a touchdown, so it is a touchdown. A 13-yard one at that for Nystrom. And the 3rd touchdown pass of the evening for Owen Wark. And Mounds View, they were backed up. It was 2nd and 32. They fight off 2 penalties and are an extra point away from retaking the lead. And it hits the post! That's insane! what else can happen in this game. White Bear Lake fans probably felt they were owed one with a couple of calls that didn't go their way. In any event, we're tied at 20 with 1:24 to go. Here's another look. This is unbelievable. We're talking about chip shots with extra points. 20 yards out, but nothing is certain at high school football. Perhaps it's fitting that we are tied at 20, given the flow, the trajectory of these two teams. Mounds View, they've been all over the place. White Bear Lake hung in there with Blaine and beat Roseville handily. But we've had pendulum swings in every direction, and here we are with a missed extra point that goes off of the post. So we're tied at 20, and we still have over a quarter to go. Short kick. That goes over the head of Breaks. He falls on it, but White Bear Lake will be pinned deep in their own territory at the 9-yard line. Breaks caught up to it, and that's all you got to do in that situation. Don't try to do anything silly or fancy. Just fall on the ball, because once that ball goes past 10 yards on any kickoff, the kicking team can recover it. But we were close to having another crazy scenario play out, and we've seen our share of them on the campus of White Bear Lake Area High School, the South Campus that is getting a facelift with a new athletic center, among other amenities. Let's see what else can happen. 1:23 in the third quarter, 1st and 10. Breaks with the carry, turns the corner after beating the first tackler, and he'll speed his way to a White Bear Lake first down. Well, they spot him at the 27-yard line, so Breaks makes up for botching the kickoff return, gaining 18 yards on the first carry of this drive. And his speed is proving difficult to contain. If you just joined us, it's been a crazy game. Mounds View went up 14-0. White Bear Lake scored 20 unanswered. Mounds View picked up a touchdown off a tipped pass as Lewis Royal takes the carry for 3 yards. Nystrom caught a tipped pass from Chuluwape Oyakunle. The replay was a tough one. Ball might have hit the ground, but no way to know for sure. And then Mounds View misses the extra point, bouncing it off the left goalpost. White Bear Lake missed a couple of extra points. One potentially controversial. Mounds View may have gotten away with the encroachment call, and that's how we got to our 20-20 score. Meanwhile, Lockwood takes the catch and picks up the 7 yards he needed for the first down. Wheeler with the tackle. A lot of two-way players. White Bear Lake. We'll see if they run one more play before time expires, and they will. Lewis Royal runs toward the right side, picks up about 3 yards, so it will be 2nd and 7 for White Bear Lake as they look to march down the field and take the lead again. One more quarter to go. We're tied at 20. Stick around. This is high school football on SEC Sports. 2020. No, you're not watching the nightly news program on a certain station. That is our current score as we have one more quarter to go on SEC Sports. White Bear Lake has 2nd and 7. Breaks. Short gain on the play as he looked for an opening, couldn't find one. It will be 3rd and 6 for the Bears. They have to get past the 41-yard line to move the chains. Lined up in the pistol, 3-step drop finds Lockwood, and Lockwood's second effort after the catch is enough to get White Bear Lake the first down as he's tackled at the 42-yard line. Lockwood has come up big tonight in the passing game for White Bear Lake, including the 59-yard touchdown catch in the second quarter. It's not a done deal yet. Lewis Royal picks up a few yards, but we have a flag on the play, so we're going to have to see what this is about. No penalty on the play. Ref picks it up.
No flag on the play.
So with that, it's a 5-yard gain. And 2nd and 5 awaiting White Bear Lake. Under center. Breaks in motion. It's Sloan on the carry, and he'll gain a yard. That will make it 3rd and 4. Third and 4, and perhaps the closest game in the Metro tonight. A lot of runaways elsewhere. Such a common theme in the sport of high school football. But not here. We've got ourselves a nail biter, and whoever scores next could be enough to win it. Lewis Royal on the carry, finds a hole up the middle, and then moves to his right. He'll pick up 8 yards on the play, more than enough to move the chains. Another 3rd down conversion for White Bear Lake as they methodically traverse the turf, trying to get in scoring range. Tie score, so a field goal is all you need to take the lead. If it comes to that, of course. Lewis Royal will take another carry. This time he's met at the handoff point by number 6, Ryan Edelman, who stops him for a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 for White Bear Lake. And the first player that got to him was number 77 on the Mustangs, not listed on the roster, but 77 broke through his gap. And And Lewis Royal had no chance of turning that into a positive play. But it's 2nd and 11. This time it's Breaks. But he doesn't get much protection up front, and Breaks is stopped for no gain. 3rd and 11. Key 3rd down here. .725 and counting. White Bear Lake looking to move past the 33-yard line to keep this drive alive. And we may have had movement before the snap. We did. Another false start against White Bear Lake. That is going to drive the coaching staff crazy when they reviewed the tape. Several false start penalties tagged on White Bear Lake, and this isn't the time to pick up yellow flags in a tie game. Coming back from 14 points down, taking the lead for a moment. Two receivers to the right for White Bear Lake as they run a little fake handoff, and the pass is dropped. Matt Sloan, the intended receiver, he still had a few yards to go to convert on the play based from our vantage point, but an unfortunate drop for the Bears. And he isn't happy with himself. White Bear Lake. Let's see what they do here. Garrell can't punt it. Looks like he's going to do just that, as he tries to pin Mounds View deep in their own territory, and got a solid punt off. Breaks will spot it at the 14-yard line, or close to it. So White Bear Lake got what they were looking for in terms of field position. But now it's up to their defense, and anything could happen. And I don't say that as a cliche. We have seen just about anything in this game. 6:35 to go, and Mounds View still has 2 timeouts remaining. And remember, all they need is a field goal. 1st and 10. Remember, they can go for big plays, but that first down pass falls incomplete. Bray, the intended receiver. Quick out was the intent, but it falls incomplete. Elsewhere, Richfield trying to make a run at Southwest. It's 29-21. Lakers leading that one. That's the only close game of note. Second and 10 for Wark. Looking to go up the middle, and he finds his man in Dylan Wheeler, who's still on his feet, breaking tackles. Now he's got a lane on the right side. He's past midfield and run out of bounds. Mounds View with another big play of 39 yards. This is where they have excelled, coming up with the big plays, the momentum turners. And Mounds View hoping to gallop their way to a potential game-winning scenario. Another look, and we mentioned this a while ago, the yards after catch, yards after contact. Wheeler dodging number 11, Tyler Schoberl on his way to a 39-yard scamper. Screen pass on 1st and 10. Nystrom breaks the first tackle, but is still held behind the line for a loss of 1. We've got some finals for you now. We'll share a few of them when we get a moment. We still have a ways to go before this game is final. Mounds View hoping to put up the final score. Wark in trouble, gets it off to Bray. Bray has space on the left side, but he trips up. Would have had the first down. Instead, it's only a 4-yard gain. Bray had a wide open lane. He's getting looked at by number 51. Ivar Westerman seeing if Bray's okay, and here's another look. We're gonna have an injury timeout. Bray, I'm not sure what happened. He just lost his footing, a cramp perhaps, and they're stretching out his leg. That's a strange time for it. 5:18 to go in this injury timeout. We've got some finals for you. Bloomington Kennedy with a 40-0 shutout win over Minneapolis Washburn. Becker beats Chisago Lakes 21-14. Chaska with a 41-14 win over Benilde St. Margaret's. Buffalo beating Delano 29-0. Chanhassen edging Spring Lake Park for a 14-7 victory. Mankato West with a 42-0 win over Owatonna. Stillwater coasts to a 42-7 win over Roseville in the Metro Maroon North District. St. Agnes beating St. Croix Lutheran 39-0. St. Louis Park pulls away and beats Two Rivers 31-7. Wayzata knocks off St. Michael Abbeville 34-14. And Centennial with a big win over Totino Grace 41-7. Waconia beats Orono 21-7. Lakeville South cruises to a 42-7 win over Eden Prairie as Bray gets up. We talk about hydration, body management a lot in the sport of football to avoid cramps and the like, and would have picked up a few more yards, I think, had that not come into play. So Stillwater emerging as one of the teams to beat in the Metro Maroon North, but one of these two hoping to get in the conversation in this tie game. 3rd and 7 after Bray only picked up 4 yards due to cramping up, it looked like. Wark looking to his right. As he rolls that way, takes the short option with Nystrom. Nystrom past the marker for the first down. An 11-yard gain as he is brought out of bounds at the 33-yard line. If you're just joining us for another game, you're watching White Bear Lake and Mounds View football on SEC Sports. We're tied at 20. Mounds View took a 14-0 lead. White Bear scored 20 unanswered. Mounds View tied it up on a 13-yard touchdown catch by Tyler Nystrom, hauling in a tipped deflection in the end zone. But then Mounds View missed the extra point, bouncing it off the left goalpost, and this is how we ended up at a 20-20 score. White Bear Lake missed a couple of extra points as that pass intended for Wheeler falls incomplete. Nystrom, the intended receiver actually, but 2nd and 10 nonetheless. White Bear Lake missed a couple of extra points. In one case, Mounds View may have gotten away with encroachment. We've seen plenty of long bombs, the home run plays as we call them in this sport. Mounds View with a 71-yard touchdown pass. White Bear Lake had a 59-yard touchdown pass. This game has featured just about everything except a winner. And we will have a winner in a short while. Wark looking to his left, going deep, looking for Wheeler, and the pass is incomplete.
Pass complete for number 4, Dylan Wheeler.
3rd and 10 coming up, and if Mounds View doesn't convert, you're at the spot in the field where you might want to pooch it. You're too far out for a field goal. Mounds View did miss one from 41 yards out on the first drive of the game. And I have not seen too many programs stay consistent with their formation. 4 receivers and a single back. Aaron Bolberg's going to call a timeout. Interesting decision here because you have 4:53 left. You know, if you don't get this, you might need that timeout later if White Bear Lake scores.
Our fans of the game tonight are White Bear Lake Area High School senior Zach Christensen. And also Dominic Schroeder of White Bear Lake. Congratulations, Zach and Dominic.
White Bear Lake fans of the game from White Bear Lake. I would be worried if they were, I'd be worried if that fan was, say, from Roseville or Woodbury. That might be a little strange. 4:53 left, and folks in the press box sharing the laugh, giving themselves a momentary humorous relief before we return to a tight game. Big 3rd down here. Mounds View with 1 timeout left. Wark looking deep. The pass is incomplete. Jack Kelly, the intended receiver, breaks on the coverage. And now, what does Mounds View do here? Here's another look. Kelly had the position on the ball, just couldn't hold on to it. For the moment, Mounds View keeping their offense on the field. Mounds View has to get the ball past the 23-yard line. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Wark going for it all. Incomplete. For a moment, I thought he had an opening to take it himself. Instead, he tried to dump it into Wheeler. Mounds View, they've been gutsy all game. That time, it didn't pay off. Wark had some space, maybe not enough to get the first down on his own, but White Bear Lake takes over on downs. They'll have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to try to make something of it. And they have all 3 timeouts if they need them. Lewis Royal on the carry, and he gets through the pile to turn what would have been a short gain into 4 yards. And another injury timeout, this time on Mounds View. So that will stop the clock with 4:27. We take another look on the last play. Some more finals coming in. Shakopee beats Farmington 63-20. And an intercity battle in Rochester, Mayo beats Century 42-0. Osseo pulls away against Forest Lake for a 46-20 win in a game with Metro Maroon North implications. And perhaps the biggest headline will be number 1 Lakeville South routing Eden Prairie. The injured player is number 77. Name not listed on the roster. Richfield has come back to tie Minneapolis Southwest. They trailed early by 2 possessions. And now they're even at 29. Back to action here, 2nd and 6. Lewis Royal on the carry. Once again, pushes through the pile, and he'll pick up a first down. So Lewis Royal, he hasn't had any explosive runs, but he's finding more success, more rhythm as the game wears on. So White Bear Lake picks up a first down, and interesting situation here if you're the Bears. Lewis Royal again on the first down carry. Adds another 4 yards to his total. And if you can keep this up, White Bear Lake, again, all you need is a field goal to go ahead, but this is helping with clock management too. White Bear Lake still has all 3 of their timeouts, but they can work the clock and position themselves to be the last team with the ball. This time, Matt Sloan is in the backfield. On 2nd down, he'll take the carry, looking to turn the corner on the right side, and holds on to it for a gain of 6, which would be enough to move the chains. And it is. White Bear Lake, they've had to battle adversity throughout this game, and not just because of the 14-0 deficit early. A litany of penalties, false starts, offsides. They had offensive pass interference in one instance. A face mask penalty on a kick return. They've been hit with a lot of penalties in this game, but here they are with a chance to potentially score a game winner. And that would boost morale significantly for White Bear Lake if they can pull it off, but they're not in that position just yet. They still have some work to do. Matt Sloan picks up a yard on that carry on first down. And what this drive is doing is eating up clock. Mounds View with 1 timeout left. They decided to take one on 4th down. Mounds View couldn't score. White Bear Lake has all 3 of their timeouts. Mounds View with just 1, so there's not a whole lot the Mustangs can do to stop the clock. And White Bear Lake in no hurry to go to the air, at least until now, as Gerald drops back. Now he wants to go deep, looking for Lockwood, and the pass is too long. So 3rd and 9 coming up for White Bear Lake, and that stops the clock with 2:14. An intriguing choice to go deep. I suppose White Bear Lake had been running up the middle on several occasions, seeing if they could catch Mounds View falling asleep. How often have you heard in football broadcasts about the running game establishing the passing game? Didn't work on that play, but it's 3rd and 9. I wouldn't consider it 4-down territory here with a tie game. I think White Bear Lake would want to be a few more yards downfield before they consider that. But here we go, 3rd and 9. Lockwood with the lateral to breaks. Breaks down the right sideline. The hook and ladder. And White Bear Lake uses it to climb their way to another 3rd down conversion. A gain of 20 yards on the hook and ladder play. And as you see on the replay, Lockwood was committed to it all the way. Breaks straddling the right sideline, using his speed to get a crucial 3rd down conversion. Lockwood didn't even think about turning forward. That was designed play. You don't see it often, but the hook and ladder hooks up White Bear Lake with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 25. Now they're closing in on scoring range. Lewis Royal on the carry. He's done his job, especially in the second half. He picks up another 5 yards. Now if you're White Bear Lake, you're thinking about the clock. 2nd and 5 at the 20. You're definitely within scoring range. Another 1st down here, and you could run the clock all the way down. .90 seconds to go. White Bear Lake looking to bounce back from a 14-0 deficit. Lewis Royal on the carry again. We'll get close to the 1st down. Stopped at the 16-yard line, a yard short. I wouldn't be surprised if they feed in the ball on 3rd down here. 3rd and 1. White Bear Lake, a moment ago, converted a 3rd and 9 on a hook and ladder play. White Bear Lake loading up the box. Lewis Royal breaks through the hole, and he's inside the 10. 48 seconds. Now White Bear Lake can run the clock all the way down. Let's see what they do. It's a tie game, so a field goal's all you need to win it, but White Bear Lake, I wouldn't be surprised if they take a chance or two at getting to the end zone. Lewis Royal on the carry, pushing the pile forward, but this time he doesn't get far. And White Bear Lake calls a timeout with 28.5. They had all 3, and you don't carry them to the next game, so why not use them here? It will be 2nd and goal for the Bears when we come out of the timeout. This wasn't a headline game based on media coverage, but this would certainly make headlines if White Bear Lake can come from 14-0 down, fight off a litany of false start and encroachment penalties, and find a way to win it. White Bear Lake has not beaten Mounds View since 2013. We discussed that a while ago. The Mustangs have won 9 of the last 10 games in this series. A win here would at least be front page news, I think, on the White Bear Lake press. But White Bear Lake hasn't scored yet. And as we saw earlier, a field goal's not a guarantee. Lewis Royal on the carry. Inside the 5. And White Bear Lake will call another timeout. 3rd and goal coming up. 22.5 seconds on the clock. If White Bear Lake doesn't convert here, they'll send out the field goal units. White Bear Lake looking for their first win over Mounds View since 2013 and pick up a huge boost of momentum. Certainly not a perfect game, or even a great game, perhaps, by White Bear Lake standards. They'll want to clean up the penalties, but a victory here would have them feeling pretty confident in their ability to weather through obstacles. One of the closest games in the metro area. Between two Metro Maroon North rivals, formerly Metro East rivals. Football doesn't use the same conference affiliation that the rest of the sports world does. But White Bear Lake hoping to call a conference for a win. 3rd and goal, flag on the play. False start. Wow. That will make it 3rd and goal from the 9. My commentary might have been prescient. We were talking about the false start penalties White Bear Lake has had to battle through, and they're hit with another one in crunch time. The biggest of crunch time. And that changes the strategy. 3rd and goal. Now White Bear Lake will look for a passing play here. They still have a timeout left. Nope, they're going to go to Breaks instead, and Breaks cuts inside for the score! Touchdown! White Bear Lake! And Breaks and the Bears claw their way to a potential go-ahead and game-winning score, but we have a flag. We have a flag. We have a flag. It's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Mounds View, so the touchdown will stand. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. I thought White Bear Lake was going to go to the air. Instead, they go to the swift Rayshawn Breaks. Breaks the flashier of the running backs. Lewis Royal, the meat and potatoes guy, but the two have hooked up splendidly. And with 17.3 seconds to go, White Bear Lake takes the lead. High snap. Well, we have a flag on the play, so that might actually be a benefit to White Bear Lake. Oh, we have an offside call on Mounds View. Well, that will move the Bears an inch closer. That's the second touchdown run of the game for Rayshawn Breaks. Offside is the call. They already have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that will be enforced. But in this case, that will move White Bear Lake an inch closer. And do we have another flag? Someone dropped a flag. Another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Mounds View. That will be enforced in the kickoff. So we're going to have 30 penalty yards assessed to Mounds View on this kickoff here. We still have 17.3, and this is tough to see. If you're a Mounds View fan, frustrations are becoming evident, but White Bear Lake will kick from the opposing side of the field once we get the penalty yards assessed. It's a high snap on the extra point, and it's blocked. And it goes into the end zone. But that's inconsequential for the moment because White Bear Lake leads 26-20 with 17.3 seconds on the clock. And White Bear Lake will kick from enemy territory. because following the touchdown, you had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Mounds View. And then after the offside call, another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. We don't have mics on the field, but I have to imagine someone from Mounds View on the field said something that did not resonate well with the officials, and as Scott Van Pelt would say, were likely invited to be more constructive with their feedback. Another strange twist, though. We were talking about all the penalties incurred on White Bear Lake, and here Mounds View gets hit with 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. That's going to move the kickoff spot to the 30-yard line. White Bear Lake will kick from the 30. How do you approach this? Because a touchback would put Mounds View at the 20. White Bear Lake theoretically could pooch it. If it goes past 10 yards, they might fall on it. You can make a play for the ball and wrap this up then and there. How do you approach this? I'm used to seeing 1 penalty enforced on a kickoff, but 2? What a sight. White Bear Lake will kick off from the Mounds View 30. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold back laughter from that. White Bear Lake's going to kick off for the Mounds View 30. How do you approach this? They're just going to kick to the end zone for the touchback. Okay. I'm a little surprised they went that route, but I guess they didn't want to leave anything to chance. Thought you could pooch it and make a play for it because you can recover it once it goes past 10 yards. So White Bear Lake kicks from the 30. Following the touchback, it's a net of 10. No time off the clock in that sequence, so Mounds View with 17 seconds and 1 timeout left. The clock does stop for a first down to move the chains, so keep that in mind. And we have seen Mounds View come up with explosive plays in this game, including a 71-yard touchdown throw from Wark to Hunter Rask. So White Bear Lake can't claim victory just yet. Wark finds Wheeler, and he's met at the 23-yard line. Not what Mounds View was looking for. They'll use up their last timeout. White Bear Lake 10 seconds away from their first win against Mounds View in 8 years. The two did not meet last year in the condensed 2020 season. Mounds View out of timeouts now. Elsewhere, Minneapolis Southwest pulled ahead and looks like they'll beat Richfield 36-29, the score there. The story around the Metro could be Lakeville South's win over Eden Prairie, but White Bear Lake, if they can hold on, the fans are getting ready to charge the field, but someone better make sure they don't storm it prematurely. Those kids are too young to remember Stanford Cal 1982, but their parents might remember that day when the band got out on the field. It's going to take something to that extent for Mounds View to find a score, but if they do, it's a 6-point margin, so an extra point could give them a win. But let's see what happens. 10 seconds to go. Mounds View out of timeouts. White Bear Lake playing prevent. Warwick throws to Wheeler, and he falls for the first down. That stops the clock with 3.1. Mounds View, they got to get to the line and spot it. Once they do, they can spike it. And they do with 2 seconds left. So, get ready for a Hail Mary. That was a 21-yard gain by Wheeler. And time for one play, 2 seconds. I'll remind you that any defensive penalty would extend the game because the game cannot end with one. So barring a defensive penalty, this is it. Get ready for a Hail Mary. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Wark. He's got plenty of protection. He's going to throw deep, and the pass incomplete. He was a little short of the end zone anyway. Hunter Rass, the intended receiver, and White Bear Lake storming the field. We've got someone doing backflips on the field, and somewhere in that mass of insanity is a happy White Bear Lake team. 26-20. They come back from 14-0 down. They fight off about 8,000, over 9,000 false starts and encroachments. But no matter the obstacle, White Bear Lake found a way to push forward. And push forward they did to beat Mounds View for the first time in 8 years and go to 2-1 on the season. 21-13 the final. You don't see this often, but your first win over a district rival in football and conference rival elsewhere in 8 years, and I have a feeling all those fans have a reason to celebrate. If that happened last year, we'd all squirm, and you probably know why. But a happy moment for the White Bear Lake area Bears as they notch a 26-20 win over the Mounds View Mustangs. Their first win since 2013. 7 straight meetings, White Bear Lake was on the losing end. Tonight, they get on the winning side, and this is the kind of victory that could propel this team as they move forward. They still have to deal with Stillwater later in the season, and they're going to need to work on some of those issues that led to false start penalties, but it's always better to correct them following a win than a loss, and the fans are still going at it. Now they're storming each other. Look at this. It's a rainbow mass of students as they all brought out their jerseys tonight, and we still have a few going out there, and I have a feeling our old buddy Zach Halverson is jumping up and down wherever he might be watching. White Bear Lake goes to 2-1. Mounds View falls to 1-2. What a game we had for you on SEC Sports. White Bear Lake and Mounds View put together a series of explosive plays. This game had everything. Big plays, strange twists. We had an extra point go off the goalpost. We had a touchdown off a tipped pass. Rayshawn breaks with a pair of touchdown runs for White Bear Lake. Alex Lockwood with a 59-yard touchdown catch. Anthony Lewis Royal got a touchdown run of his own. And the celebration is still going on Harvest Bowl night. White Bear Lake, a plentiful harvest here. We'd like to thank all of you who watch this on SEC and on 9 North. And if you want to get programming information across the SEC airwaves, one more time, follow us on social media, Suburban Community Channels on Facebook, SEC TV on Instagram and Twitter, or visit our website, scctv.org. What a game! White Bear Lake beats Mounds View 26-20. For everyone on the SEC crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for watching high school football on SEC Sports.